If your blood sugar won't stabilize no matter what you try, this 200-year-old medical journal might explain why. 1823, American frontier Dr. Samuel Mitchell writes, "The native healers are curing sugar sickness with a common shrub berry." I cannot explain this. For 2 centuries, modern medicine dismissed this as primitive superstition. We invented insulin, developed dozens of diabetes drugs, built a $327 billion blood sugar management industry, and never cured a single person. Then, in 2019, researchers finally did what nobody had done in 200 years. They finally tested the mysterious berry compound those native healers swore by. Blood sugar dropped 39%, weight fell 21%, insulin sensitivity doubled. And now, thousands of everyday Americans are using this exact same compound right at home, seeing their blood sugar stabilize naturally for the first time in years. Hey, it's Paul Donnelly here, a retired physician assistant with over 25 years of experience. And I'm about to reveal something that completely changed my understanding of pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Something that goes against everything I was taught in medical school. Something that explains why the advice I gave to patients struggling with erratic blood sugar for 25 years never really worked. Something that I personally used to drop my blood sugar from a terrifying 400 down to a healthy 95 while shedding 43 pounds of stubborn belly fat after becoming a patient myself, and that any man or woman dealing with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes can start using immediately to watch their numbers drop from dangerous heights down to safe levels in just a few weeks, while excess weight melts away without counting a single calorie. Now, this isn't a new drug that costs $800 a month, another keto or paleo diet where you can eat anything you enjoy, or some synthetic chemical cooked up in a lab. Instead, it all comes down to a single alpine berry compound that's been used medically for over 2,000 years, but was dismissed as folk medicine until leading researchers from prestigious institutions like Harvard and Stanford finally caught up and put it to the test. And when they tested this bizarre berry extract on actual diabetics, the results shocked everyone. Blood sugar dropped 39%, outperforming most prescription medications. Weight fell 21% without any diet changes, defying everything we've been told about weight loss. And insulin sensitivity doubled. The outcome doctors consider the holy grail for diabetics, but almost never achieve. Because here's the truth they don't teach in medical school. The root cause of erratic blood sugar isn't actually what you eat, how much you weigh, or even your genetics. It comes down to a master enzyme switch hidden deep inside your muscle cells. An enzyme that decides whether your body burns the food you eat as energy or stores it as deadly belly fat while sugar floods your bloodstream. When this enzyme switch gets stuck, sugar piles up in your blood, fat accumulates around your organs, and you feel exhausted despite having excess fuel in your system. But the moment you unstick that switch, using the 15-second alpine berry protocol I'm about to share with you, your glucose finally floods into your cells to be burned as energy instead of poisoning your bloodstream, allowing you to experience stable blood sugar all day long, energy levels that make you feel 10 years younger, all while dropping 20, 30, even 40 plus pounds without even trying. The best part? You can do this without dangerous pills or injections, restrictive diets, or brutal exercise routines. Instead, you may find yourself eating the foods you actually enjoy without the constant fear of your numbers spiking or waking up that dreaded fasting number that tells you nothing you're doing is working. That's exactly what's happening right now for thousands of everyday Americans. People who were told once diabetic, always diabetic, that they need insulin for life, who thought type 2 diabetes was a one-way ticket to disability, are now back in control, living fully and finally free from the constant worry and fear.
You guys, I ate pizza last night. Pizza! Do you understand what I'm saying? For years, I couldn't eat anything without panicking. Started this alpine berry thing a few weeks ago, and last night I had 2 slices. Check my sugar, expecting disaster. 128. I almost cried. This is insane.
I laughed when my wife brought home this berry blend. A berry is going to fix my diabetes? Sure. 6 weeks later, my fasting sugar is 98. I haven't seen under 100 in 4 years. My doctor's cutting my meds. It's literally a berry. I can't make this up.
So I wasn't even trying to lose weight. I just wanted my blood sugar down. Tried the berry blend I saw online and 34 pounds. 34 pounds in 4 months. I didn't change anything else. My husband thinks I'm lying. Whatever this is doing, I'm never stopping.
I used to dread checking my blood sugar. Always bad news. I literally canceled doctor's appointments because I couldn't face another lecture. Started this thing 3 months ago. Now my numbers are boring. 102, 98, 106. Boring is beautiful. My doctor high-fived me at my last visit.
It doesn't matter if you're pre-diabetic or if you've been battling type 2 for years, or whether you're 55 or 85. What I'm about to share could end your blood sugar struggles for good. In the next few minutes, I'll explain exactly what this enzyme switch is and why it's stuck in virtually every diabetic. I'll reveal why the pharmaceutical industry has buried this research for decades. I'll share breakthrough research proving your metabolism isn't broken, it's just jammed. And most importantly, I'll walk you through the exact 15-second Alpine Berry protocol you can follow each morning to unstick it, bringing your glucose numbers back to normal while pounds drop off week after week. As I said, my name is Paul Donnelly. I'm 63 years old, and for 25 years I was a physician assistant at a community health center just outside Charlotte, North Carolina. I worked directly with physicians, prescribed medications, attended medical conferences. I helped thousands of patients over my career and diagnosed a big portion of them with type 2 diabetes. Every single time, I gave them the same advice. Watch your carbs, exercise more, take your metformin, we'll monitor your A1C. If it gets worse, we'll add more medications. For 25 years, I watched those patients come back again and again and again. Heavier, sicker, on more medications, until they were on insulin, until they had complications. I watched this happen hundreds of times, and I told myself it was because patients weren't compliant. They weren't following the diet, weren't taking their meds, weren't trying hard enough. It's the patient's fault. And 3 years ago, I became one of them. When I turned 60, I decided to retire. After 25 years of long shifts at the health center, I was ready to just enjoy life with Beth, my wife of 38 years. And you know how it goes when you first retire. You've got all these plans. I was gonna stay active, work on projects around the house, maybe take up golf. But after a couple of months, I started doing less and less, sleeping in more, spending more time just relaxing on the couch. And I started putting on weight. Not a ton at first, just 5 pounds here, 10 pounds there. I'd wake up feeling exhausted, then be nodding off by 7 p.m. But I figured that's just what happens when you retire, right? Your body adjusts to a slower pace. Beth kept telling me something seemed off, but I'd just brush it off. I mean, I was a PA for 25 years. If something was seriously wrong, I'd know. Until one Tuesday afternoon when everything changed. I was driving my 9-year-old granddaughter, Sammy, to dance class. She was in the back seat, chatting away about some routine she was learning. We were maybe 4 blocks from the studio when suddenly my vision went blurry. My hand started shaking on the wheel. I couldn't see the lines anymore. I felt the car drifting left, and I panicked. I jerked the wheel hard, too hard, and the tires screeched. Sammy screamed from the back seat. Everything happened so fast, I lost control completely. And the car jumped the curb and slammed into a tree. I could hear Sammy sobbing in the back seat. Grandpa, what happened? I twisted around to look at her. Thank God she wasn't hurt, but I couldn't even find the words to comfort her. I just sat there, dazed, gripping the steering wheel. Within seconds, one of the moms from the dance studio rushed over and yanked open my door. Oh my God, are you okay? Don't move, I'm calling 911. I looked past her and saw all the other parents standing there, staring at me. I could see in their faces, that old man could have killed his granddaughter. That old man shouldn't be trusted behind the wheel anymore. The shame of that moment hit me harder than the crash. Beth met me at the ER about 2 hours later. They'd already run my blood work by the time she arrived. The doctor came in with my results. His face told me everything before he even opened his mouth. Paul, your blood sugar is 400. You're in a diabetic crisis. We need to get you stabilized and on medication immediately. I just sat there, stunned. Then he said something I'll never forget. You know how this goes, Paul. You know the drill. We'll start you on metformin, monitor your A1C, and adjust from there. The same words I'd said to patients 1,000 times. Now I was hearing them from the other side of the exam table. I couldn't even look at Beth. On the drive home, she was quiet for a long time. Then she turned to me with this exhausted, heartbroken expression and said, Paul, you've seen this 1,000,000 times. You know what happens next. Do you really want to end up like all those patients you told me about? That question broke something inside me because she was right. I did know what came next. More medications, more weight gain, more complications. I'd spent 25 years watching people deteriorate right in front of me. And now it was my turn. But I kept thinking about Sammy's face, the terror in her eyes, the sound of her screaming in that back seat. I couldn't let that be her last memory of me, the grandfather who scared her half to death and then slowly fell apart. I had to find another way, not just for me, for her, for Beth, for whatever years I had left. I wasn't going to just manage this disease until it destroyed me. I was going to find a way to beat it. The next few months were brutal. I followed the plan to the letter. Metformin, carb counting, dragging myself through walks I didn't have the energy for. And I got to experience firsthand what every diabetic knows all too well: the spikes, the crashes, the constant roller coaster. I couldn't lose weight. I was exhausted around the clock. I felt like my body was betraying me no matter what I did. I was terrified, but I refused to just sit there and accept it. I got right to work, started pulling medical journals, digging through research papers, going back through old case files from my years at the clinic. Months went by like this, the symptoms grinding me down while I searched for some kind of an answer. Then one night, I found it. Bessem's file. Bessem was a 69-year-old Albanian immigrant I'd seen about 5 years before I retired. He'd come in to see me for a routine checkup. His medical history showed a type 2 diabetes diagnosis from 3 years prior. But when I looked at his current blood work that day, it didn't make sense. A1C, 5.2. Fasting glucose, 88. Perfect. Completely normal. And here's the strange part. His record showed he'd turned down all medications. No metformin, no insulin. He refused everything. At the time, I dismissed it. Must be a mistake in the records, I thought. Type 2 diabetes doesn't just reverse without medication. But now, sitting in my home office, desperate and diabetic myself, that file haunted me. What if it wasn't a mistake? What if Bessem had actually figured something out? I had to find out. It took me 3 weeks to track him down. Old phone numbers, disconnected addresses, calls to community centers. I told him everything. My diagnosis, my struggles, the accident with Sammy, all of it. 2 days later, we met for coffee. When he walked into that cafe, I almost didn't recognize him. This was a 74-year-old man who looked healthier, stronger, more vibrant than what I'd seen him 5 years ago. After I finished explaining my situation, he reached across the table and put his hand on my arm. I understand, he said. I was exactly where you are, and I'm telling you, there is a way out. Then he slid a piece of paper across the table. A phone number. Dr. Idon Marku. He's the man who saved my life. I already told him about you. He's expecting your call. I didn't know what to think. Part of me felt like this was crazy, chasing down some foreign doctor based on a 5-year-old memory. But the other part of me, the part that was terrified and running out of options, thought, what do I have to lose? So I called his office the next day. Getting an actual appointment wasn't easy. The time difference, his packed schedule, back and forth with his assistant. But eventually, we found a window. A week later, I was sitting in front of my computer, staring at Dr. Marku's face on a video call. I told him everything. He listened quietly. And when I finished, he said something I'll never forget. Mr. Donnelly, everything you've been doing, the medications, the protocols, all of it, it's been targeting the wrong thing. You're not treating the real problem. You're just chasing symptoms. I felt my stomach drop. What do you mean? Over the next 2 hours, Dr. Marcoux explained something I'd never learned in 25 years of medical practice. Think of your body like a light switch, he said. Flip it up, lights turn on. Flip it down, lights turn off. Your body has a similar switch, he explained, but instead of controlling lights, it controls whether you burn food as energy or store it as fat. When this switch is in the up position, everything works the way it should. Sugar gets burned immediately for energy. Fat stores get released and burned between meals. Your weight stays stable. Your blood sugar stays normal, and you feel energized all day. But when this switch is in the down position, everything breaks down. Sugar starts overflowing in your bloodstream, backing up higher and higher with nowhere to go. At the same time, fat gets trapped in storage, piling up in your belly, your liver, even around your heart and organs. And your cells can't access any of it to use as fuel. You're starving for energy while literally drowning in it, so you feel exhausted no matter how much you eat. In every single person with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, Dr. Marcoux said, this switch is stuck in the down position. I was following him so far, but then he said something that shook me to the core. And here's what almost no one understands. Dr. Marcoux continued, the standard treatment approach, medications, eating less, cutting carbs, forcing yourself to exercise, these things manage your symptoms. They can lower your blood sugar numbers on paper, but they don't fix the underlying switch. Wait, I said, are you saying the medications don't work? No, they work exactly as designed, he replied. They force your blood sugar down. They manage the symptoms, but the switch still stuck in the down position. So what happens? Your body adapts. Your cells become even more resistant. 6 months later, your doctor increases your dose. A year later, they add a second medication. 2 years later, a third. That's why diabetics always need more medication over time, he explained. Not because type 2 diabetes is inevitably progressive, but because you're treating the symptom without fixing the switch. I sat there stunned. This explained everything I'd seen in 25 years of practice. Patients getting worse despite following every instruction, needing more and more medications, developing complications, even when they were compliant. We'd been treating symptoms, but we'd never addressed why the switch got stuck in the first place. So what controls this switch? I asked. Dr. Marcoux pulled up a diagram on his screen. Inside every single cell in your body, he explained, there's a tiny enzyme. Scientists call it AMPK, but Dr. Marcoux referred to it as the metabolic master switch enzyme, MMS for short. When this enzyme is active, it triggers what Dr. Marcoux calls the metabolic triad, 3 critical pathways that must work together simultaneously to keep you out of the diabetic danger zone. The first pathway, called PPAR, alpha, controls fat burning, whether your body can actually access and burn stored fat for energy. The second, PPAR gamma, controls insulin sensitivity, whether your cells respond to insulin and take up glucose from your blood. And the third, LXR, controls how your body processes fats and cholesterol, whether lipids get used properly or accumulate in your organs. When all 3 pathways are open, it tells your muscles to burn sugar immediately. It tells your fat cells to release stored fat for energy. And it tells your liver to stop making new sugar because you already have plenty. Everything flows. Everything works. But when this MMS enzyme gets suppressed, all 3 pathways shut down at once. The switch flips to the down position and gets stuck there. Now your muscles reject sugar, so it stays in your blood. Your fat cells refuse to release fat, so you can't lose weight no matter what you eat. And your liver keeps making new sugar even though your blood sugar is already dangerously high. You're trapped with high blood sugar and stubborn fat at the same time, exhausted despite having excess fuel flooding your system. This is type 2 diabetes, Dr. Marcus said. Not a disease of too much sugar, not a disease of broken insulin, a disease of a stuck switch caused by suppressed MMS enzyme activity. But why does it get stuck, I asked. His expression darkened. Because of something doctors rarely talk about. Metabolic inflammation. Not the inflammation you can see, he explained, like a swollen knee or red skin. This is invisible inflammation happening deep inside your cells, and it's caused by what happens in the 90 minutes after you eat, he said quietly. He pulled up a graph on his screen showing two different blood sugar curves. In healthy people, he explained, blood sugar rises after eating, then drops back down within 90 minutes. The MMS enzyme turns off briefly while you digest, then reactivates. But in people developing prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, something different happens. Blood sugar spikes higher and stays elevated for 3 to 4 hours, sometimes longer. During that entire time, the MMS enzyme stays suppressed, insulin stays elevated, and elevated insulin triggers inflammatory signals inside your cells. The problem isn't just what you're eating, Dr. Marcus said. It's that your body can't clear the sugar fast enough anymore. So instead of spending 90 minutes in digestion mode after each meal, you're spending 3 to 4 hours. 3 meals a day means 12 to 14 hours with elevated insulin and suppressed MMS enzyme. And that creates a vicious cycle. High blood sugar triggers inflammation. Inflammation suppresses the MMS enzyme. Suppressed enzyme can't clear blood sugar. Insulin stays elevated, which creates more inflammation. Round and round. And every meal makes it worse. So until you fix the switch, nothing else matters. Now, if you're still wondering whether your metabolic master switch is stuck in the down position, let me ask you the same 3 questions Dr. Marcus asked me that day. Do you wake up tired even after 6 to 8 hours of sleep? Do you constantly crave carbs like bread, pasta, and sweets, and can't lose weight no matter how hard you try to eat healthy? Does your blood sugar spike after eating healthy meals like oatmeal or whole grain toast? If you answered yes to even one of these questions, your MMS enzyme is suppressed. Your metabolic switch is jammed in the down position. And until you fix it, you'll keep struggling with erratic blood sugar, stubborn weight gain, and constant fatigue no matter what you do. But it absolutely doesn't have to be this way, Dr. Marcus said. He told me he discovered a simple way to unstick the switch before permanent damage sets in, before it's too late. The answer has been hiding in plain sight for 200 years. He pulled up an old yellow journal entry on his screen. It was dated 1823, written by an American frontier doctor named Samuel Mitchell. The entry read, "The native healers are curing sugar sickness with a common shrub berry." I cannot explain this. For 2 centuries, Dr. Marcus proceeded, modern medicine dismissed what those native healers knew as primitive superstition. We invented insulin, developed dozens of diabetes drugs, built a $327 billion pharmaceutical industry around blood sugar management, and we still haven't cured a single person. Then, in 2019, a team of leading researchers did something almost nobody does. They actually tested what those native healers were using 200 years ago. Dr. Marcus turned his screen toward me. Juniperus communis, a hardy shrub that grows wild in the alpine mountains of Europe, also known as juniper berry. I stared at the image. It looked like a shrub, a common, unremarkable shrub with small bluish berries. The same berry those primitive healers used 200 years ago. Is this what unsticks the switch? Dr. Marcus nodded. When properly extracted to isolate the active compounds in their purest, most potent form, he said, it reactivates the MMS enzyme in a way no pharmaceutical drug has ever been able to replicate. He showed me the study results. When researchers tested juniper extract on diabetic subjects, the results were stunning. 39% reduction in fasting blood sugar, better than metformin. 90% increase in muscle glucose uptake, better than any pharmaceutical intervention they've tested. 21% weight loss without any dietary changes. Impossible, according to conventional calorie theory. Doubled SIRT1 activity, what scientists call the longevity gene. Cellular rejuvenation happening at the DNA level and zero side effects, unlike every diabetes medication on the market. I read the numbers twice. They didn't seem real. Dr. Marcoux explained that juniper doesn't work like a drug. It doesn't force blood sugar down artificially. It actually reactivates the suppressed MMS enzyme. It unsticks the switch. And when that happens, Dr. Marcoux explained, your body remembers how to do what it was designed to do. Burn sugar when it's available. Switch to burning fat between meals. Maintain steady energy without the spikes and crashes. The 21% weight loss suddenly made perfect sense. It wasn't about calories. It wasn't about willpower or portion control. It was about the MMS enzyme doing its job again. But here's what makes juniper truly extraordinary, Dr. Marcoux said, leaning in forward. Remember those 3 critical pathways I mentioned earlier? The metabolic triad, fat burning, insulin sensitivity, and lipid processing. Most compounds, natural or pharmaceutical, can only target one metabolic pathway at a time. They might help with insulin sensitivity, or they might boost fat burning, but never all 3 together. Juniper is different. It activates all 3 pathways simultaneously. Scientists call it a multiple agonist. And here's the thing. Pharmaceutical companies have spent billions trying to create a synthetic compound that can do this, and they've failed every time. Too many side effects, too much toxicity. But this simple berry that grows wild in the mountains does it naturally. When juniper reactivates the MMS enzyme and opens all 3 pathways of the metabolic triad simultaneously, the metabolic blockage clears. Your muscles start pulling sugar out of your blood again. Your fat cells release stored fat for energy. Your liver stops overproducing glucose. Your body suddenly remembers how to burn sugar when you eat, how to switch to fat burning between meals, how to maintain steady blood sugar without constant spikes, the way it was designed to work before the switch got stuck. But juniper, as powerful as it is, was only the beginning of Dr. Marcoux's discovery. Over 40 years of research, he identified other natural compounds that significantly amplified juniper's MMS reactivating effects when combined in precise ratios. Compounds that, when layered together strategically, don't just unstick the switch, they keep it unstuck permanently. The first was berberine HCl, often called nature's metformin, but without the brutal side effects. Studies show berberine dramatically improves insulin sensitivity, increases glucose uptake into cells, and even reduces excess liver fat and glucose production. In diabetic patients, it lowered blood sugar, triglycerides, and inflammation all at once. It does this by turning up the genes that burn energy and turning down the genes that store fat. Users often experience steadier blood sugar and even weight loss on berberine. All signs that the stuck switch has finally started working again. Next, banaba leaf extract, often called botanical insulin. Banaba is unique because it hits 2 targets simultaneously. It activates the MMS enzyme while also improving how your cells respond to insulin. Studies show it reduces insulin resistance by working through the metabolic triad pathways, cooling inflammation in fat tissue, preventing fatty buildup in your liver, and opening more doorways in your muscle cells so sugar can get in and burned for energy. It basically tells your cells, burn sugar now. By including banaba, we ensure that the moment your MMS enzyme reactivates, your cells are ready to pull sugar out of your blood and use it. Then there's Gymnema sylvestre, called the sugar destroyer in Ayurvedic medicine for good reason. Studies show Gymnema enhances insulin signaling and activates the MMS enzyme at the same time. In clinical research, it improved insulin sensitivity in muscle tissue and led to significant drops in blood sugar. And there's a nice bonus. Gymnema blocks sweet taste receptors on your tongue, helping eliminate sugar cravings. So your body handles sugar better and you stop wanting it as much. That's a powerful combination. Next, Eleuthero root extract. You might know it as Siberian ginseng. Eleuthero is an adaptogen that helps your body manage stress, especially metabolic stress. Studies on diabetic subjects showed impressive results. Lower blood sugar, lower insulin levels, reduced glucose production from the liver, and increased glucose burning. It even helped protect the beta cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. I like to think of it as removing the friction from your metabolic switch. When your MMS enzyme sends the signal to burn, Eleuthero makes sure your cells respond. Plus, it helps keep cortisol in check, which matters because stress hormones like cortisol can raise blood sugar all by themselves. Then butcher's broom root, targeting inflammation and circulation. Remember, chronic inflammation is one of the things that keep your MMS enzyme suppressed. Butcher's broom contains ruscogenin, which reduces inflammatory markers and protects against the tissue damage that causes diabetic complications in your eyes, feet, kidneys, and nerves. It also improves circulation. So when the MMS switch turns on, nutrients can actually reach your cells. It clears the path so everything else can work. Then there's bitter melon extract, containing insulin-like peptides that increase glucose transporters on your cells, shuttling sugar out of the blood and into cells to be burned. Olive leaf extract rich in oleuropein, which shifts your cells from fat storage mode to fat burning mode while improving insulin response. Turmeric rhizome, whose curcumin suppresses sugar production genes with hundreds of times the potency of metformin, while fighting the chronic inflammation that keeps the MMS enzyme stuck. Cocoa bean extract, packed with polyphenols that decrease fat synthesis, increase fat burning, and resensitize cells to insulin. Cinnamon bark containing cinnamaldehyde that ramps up fatty acid oxidation and mimics insulin to help cells absorb glucose. And finally, pine bark extract, which slows carbohydrate absorption in the gut, prevents blood sugar spikes, and improves circulation so nutrients reach your cells efficiently. 12 ingredients, each one carefully selected, each one working on a different part of the metabolic puzzle. Together, they don't just nudge the MMS enzyme, they activate it from every possible angle. I've been using this formula for over a decade, Dr. Marcu said. Thousands of patients across Europe, type 2 diabetics who were told they'd be on medication for life. He paused. A1C under 5.7, fasting glucose under 100. Their metabolic master switch works again. He pulled up patient files, before and after blood work, photographs, 69-year-old men who looked 50, women who'd been diabetic for 15 years, now with completely normal blood sugar. This is not theory, Dr. Marcu said. This is proven, documented, reproducible results. I stared at the screen. So why has nobody in America heard of this? I asked. Dr. Marcu's expression hardened. 5 years ago, he partnered with an American businessman who promised to help manufacture and distribute his formula. They had everything ready: clinical data, supplier contacts, manufacturing facility, distribution plan. 3 weeks from launch, everything fell apart. The manufacturer canceled their contract. No explanation. The businessman disappeared, stopped returning calls. Dr. Marcu later discovered what happened. Big Pharma had identified them as a threat. They can't patent natural compounds, can't control them. A formula that actually addresses the root cause of type 2 diabetes instead of managing symptoms? That destroys their entire business model. So they paid off his business partner, pressured the manufacturer, made it clear: stop this research or face consequences. And in America, Dr. Marcu said, stories like this don't get told. Research like mine doesn't get published, it gets buried. So he went back to Europe, continued working quietly, helping patients who found him. I couldn't get past the system, he said. Not alone, not without someone willing to stand up to them. He looked directly at me through the screen. But maybe you can, he said. If you're truly committed to changing this, if you're willing to help people the way you seem to want to, And I absolutely was. Over the next few weeks, we spoke almost daily. Two medical professionals who'd both watched the system fail people, who both wanted the truth more than profit. He shared everything. The complete research documents, the clinical trial data, the supplier contracts for each of the 12 ingredients, the quality specifications, the exact ratios and dosing protocols, 40 years of his life's work transferred across an ocean through video calls and encrypted file transfers. On our final call, he looked at me through the screen and said, "Paul, I've given you everything I have. What happens next is up to you." I thanked him deeply, promised him I'd do this right, and ended the call. What followed was one of the most frustrating months of my life. Sourcing the ingredients was a nightmare. Some of them I'd never even heard of before, Dr. Marku. Others were common enough but nearly impossible to find at the purity levels his specifications required. I made calls to suppliers in Europe, in Asia, spent hours tracking down organic farms and specialty manufacturers. Some ingredients arrived and had to be sent back because they didn't meet the quality standards. Then came the mixing. Dr. Marku's ratios were precise down to the milligram. Too much of one compound and it wouldn't work. Too little of another and you'd lose the synergistic effect. I turned my garage into a makeshift lab. Measuring scales, glass containers, notebooks filled with calculations. When I finally got the formula right, I held up the container and looked at it. A dark blue powder, almost indigo. I mixed a scoop into water and took my first sip. It tasted earthy, a little bitter. Not terrible, but definitely not something you'd drink for pleasure. I didn't care. I drank it every single morning. And then I waited. The first few days, I didn't notice much. Maybe a little more energy in the mornings, but I figured that could be placebo. Then, around day 5, something shifted. I woke up and realized I wasn't exhausted. For the first time in over a year, I actually felt rested. By day 7, I checked my fasting blood sugar. It had dropped from 210 to 171. My hands were shaking as I stared at that number. Not from low blood sugar, from hope. By the end of week 2, I was at 148. By week 3, I hit 118. That's nearly normal, but it wasn't just the blood sugar. The weight started coming off. Pounds that had been cemented to my midsection for years suddenly started melting away. My energy came back. Not just functional energy, real energy. I was waking up before my alarm, working on projects around the house, taking walks with Beth without feeling like I needed a nap afterward. The brain fog lifted. I could think clearly again, remember names, hold a thought without it slipping away. After 3 months, I went back to my doctor for blood work. He ran the tests, then ran them again. Then he called me into his office with this look on his face. "Paul," he said, "your A1C is 5.5. Your fasting glucose is 94. Your triglycerides have dropped by 40%. He paused. "In 30 years of practice, I have never seen a reversal like this. Whatever you're doing, don't stop." I'd lost 43 pounds. I was off metformin. For the first time since that terrifying day with Sammy, I felt like I had my life back. Now I drive her to dance class every Tuesday. My hands are steady. My vision is clear. And when she hops out of the car, she just says, "Thanks, Grandpa. Love you," and runs inside. No fear, just trust. That's what this gave me back. But here's the thing. I needed to know if this would work for other people, because one success story doesn't prove anything. I could be an outlier, a fluke. So I reached out to some of my former colleagues, nurses I'd worked with, a few doctors I trusted. I told them what I'd experienced and asked if they knew anyone who might be willing to try this. Within 2 weeks, I had a group of 57 people, all type 2 diabetics, all struggling, all desperate for something that actually worked. I mixed individual batches of the formula for each of them. Same specifications, same ratios, same dark blue powder. I gave them simple instructions. Take 1 scoop every morning for 30 days. Don't change anything else. Just let me know what happens. Then I waited. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. These weren't lab subjects. These were real people. People who'd already been failed by everything else they've tried. But the first response came back about 2 weeks in. It was from a woman named Margaret, 61 years old, diabetic for 11 years. Paul, I don't know what's in this stuff, but my fasting blood sugar dropped from 212 to 159. I haven't seen a number that low in 6 years. Is this real? Then more started coming in. Robert, 67, former truck driver, down 19 pounds in 3 weeks. My feet don't hurt anymore. I can actually feel my toes again. My wife thinks I'm making it up. Diane, 54, school teacher. A1C went from 8.4 to 6.9 at my checkup. My doctor asked what I changed. I didn't know what to tell him. Out of 57 people, 54 saw significant improvements. Not management, not slower decline, real, measurable change. The other 3 saw modest improvements. Their blood sugar dropped, but not as dramatically. But here's what really got me. People started asking for more. Paul, I'm almost out. Can you make me another batch? Paul, my sister has type 2. Can she try this? I was mixing batches in my garage until 2 a.m. It wasn't sustainable. If this was going to help more than a handful of people, I needed to find a way to manufacture it at scale. Real manufacturing, real quality control, real production. I needed to find a facility that could produce this at scale without compromising what made it work. Not just any facility. I needed somewhere with the strictest quality controls imaginable. State-of-the-art equipment, FDA approved, GMP certified. A place that understood how to work with these ingredients in their most potent and pure form. Because here's the thing, Dr. Marcu had warned me about this. The formula only works if the ingredients are right, he told me. Pharmaceutical grade purity, proper extraction methods, exact concentrations. Cut corners on quality, and you'll cut the results in half, maybe worse. So I started searching. I made calls, sent emails, visited facilities, asked questions that most supplement companies never bother to ask. Most places I talked to couldn't meet the specifications. They wanted to use cheaper ingredient sources. They didn't have the equipment to maintain the precise ratios. They looked at me like I was crazy for being so demanding. Weeks turned into months. I was starting to lose hope. Then I found them, a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility right here in the United States. FDA approved, GMP certified, third-party tested. When I toured their operation, I knew immediately this was the one. They had the equipment to work with each ingredient in its most potent form. They understood the importance of purity and precision. They didn't flinch when I handed them Dr. Marcu's specifications. In fact, they were excited by the challenge. Together, we made one important improvement to the formula. Instead of the loose powder I'd been mixing in my garage, the bitter, earthy blend that made people wince, we encapsulated it. Easy to swallow capsules. No strange taste. No mixing required. But here's the real benefit. The capsule delivery actually improved absorption. The nutrients bypass the taste buds and reach your digestive system intact, which means your body can absorb more of each ingredient. Better absorption means better results. It was the same formula, same ratios, same quality, just delivered in a way that made it easier to take and more effective once you did. When the first production run was complete, I held a bottle in my hands and just stared at it. This was real. This was actually happening. The first thing I did was send a bottle to Dr. Marcu. A few days later, he called me. His voice was different than I had ever heard it. Lighter, almost emotional. Paul, he said, in 40 years, I never thought my formula could be improved like this. The sourcing, the purity, the precision. He paused. You have honored my life's work. That meant more to me than I can express. And that's when I knew it was time to share this with the world. And today, I'm extremely proud to introduce you to Gluco Extend. Gluco Extend is the first 100% natural formula designed to reactivate your body's metabolic master switch. The MMS enzyme that's been stuck in store mode, causing erratic blood sugar, constant fatigue, and unstoppable weight gain. It works to flip your stuck switch back to burn mode. Restore your body's natural ability to use sugar for energy instead of storing it as fat. And finally, break free from the constant fatigue, brain fog, and weight gain that happens when your cells are locked out of the fuel they desperately need. This formula contains the precise ratio of 12 natural ingredients, including pharmaceutical-grade juniper berry extract, each one scientifically shown to reactivate the MMS enzyme and unlock your cells so they can finally access energy again. And when I say this is effortless, I mean it. Because once your metabolic switch starts working again, you'll find yourself waking up with energy you haven't felt in years. Real energy that lasts all day without crashing. Enjoying meals with your family without obsessing over every carb or dreading what your glucose meter will say. Playing with your grandkids until they're the ones getting tired first. Your spouse will notice the change before you do. The spark coming back, the vitality returning, the person they married finally showing up again. And your doctor? They'll run your blood work twice because they won't believe the numbers. A1C dropping, fasting glucose normalizing, triglycerides falling, the kind of results they'll tell you aren't supposed to happen. That's why it's no surprise that the men and women who've tried Gluco Extend keep reporting the same things. Just listen to what they're saying.
My doctor's face when he saw my numbers, I wish I had a picture. He's been on me for years about my A1C. Started Gluco Extend 3 months ago, went in for my checkup, and he just stared at the results. Down to 5.7.
My blood sugar is stable for the first time in years. I'm down about 10 pounds and my energy's back. And I'm sleeping like a rock. My wife keeps saying, "You're different." I feel different. This stuff, it just works. I don't know how else to explain it.
I'll admit it. I thought Gluco Extend was going to be another waste of money. I have a cabinet full of supplements that did not work. But then my sister wouldn't stop talking about it, so fine. 2 months later, A1C from 8.2 to 6.1. I called her to apologize and she laughed and said, "I told you so."
You want to know what diabetes really is? It's worry, non-stop. Every meal, every doctor visit, every weird tingle in your feet. I lived like that for years. And then, Gluco Extend. The fear just lifted. My numbers are stable. I feel good. It's like I can finally breathe.
And here's what else you should know. Gluco Extend is vegetarian, non-GMO, and completely free from gluten, dairy, soy, preservatives, fillers, and artificial chemicals. Every ingredient is 100% natural. That means anyone can safely take it. Gluco Extend is manufactured right here in the United States in a state-of-the-art, FDA-approved, GMP-certified facility. We follow the strictest quality controls to ensure every bottle delivers the results Dr. Marcu's formula was designed to produce. Every single batch is third-party tested for purity and potency. No shortcuts, no compromises. Just the highest quality formula possible. Using Gluco Extend couldn't be simpler. Just take 1 capsule every day. That's it. I personally take mine before breakfast. The capsules are small, easy to swallow, and completely tasteless. No bitter powder, no mixing, no hassle. Now, I need to be honest with you about something. Gluco Extend isn't cheap to produce, and it was never meant to be. We source pharmaceutical-grade ingredients from specialist suppliers across 3 continents, process them using precise extraction methods, and test every single batch through independent labs. Why? Because that's what it takes to guarantee this formula works. We could cut corners and use cheaper ingredients, but I made a promise both to Dr. Marcu and to myself. This formula must work, period. The raw ingredients alone cost over $50 per bottle. That's why most supplement companies won't touch them. Add in the specialized processing, testing, and manufacturing, we should be charging $149 per bottle. And considering the average American spends $22,750 each year just managing their blood sugar, that would still be a bargain. But here's the thing. I know what it's like to watch your bank account drain while your health keeps declining. So I refuse to price this out of reach for people who truly need it. That's why when you order today, you won't have to pay $149 like everyone else, or even $99. Instead, today and on this video only, you'll be able to secure a month's supply of Gluco Extend for just $79. That's an instant savings of $80. But listen, there's something else really important you need to understand. Your body didn't get stuck in this metabolic mess overnight. And while almost everyone feels the first changes within a week, the real magic unfolds over time. The first 30 days, you'll feel your energy coming back. Your mind gets sharper. Those scary blood sugar spikes starting to smooth out. And that stubborn belly fat, it finally starts melting away as your metabolism wakes up. 2 to 3 months, your body remembers how to burn fuel the right way. The weight keeps dropping off, especially your belly fat. Your blood sugar numbers keep getting better and better. This is usually when doctors start asking, what are you doing differently? 3 to 6 months, this is where everything changes for the long term. Your metabolic switch stays permanently unstuck. Your body is healing deep down at the cellular level. You'll catch yourself in the mirror and barely recognize the person looking back at you. And many people find themselves having that amazing conversation with their doctor about reducing or even eliminating their medications. That's exactly why I tell everyone, if you're serious about transforming your health, give Gluco Extend the full 6 months to work its magic. And because I want to make sure you get the complete transformation, I'm offering our absolute best price ever for the full 6-month supply, just $49 per bottle. That's another $120 in savings and works out to about $1.60 a day, less than a gas station coffee. I'll even cover the shipping myself. But I need to be honest with you about something. We're not some big pharmaceutical company with endless supplies. Each batch of Gluco Extend takes about 6 months to make because we refuse to cut corners on quality. And I'll tell you straight up, our last 3 batches sold out in under 2 weeks. What breaks my heart is people will start taking Gluco Extend, see their numbers improving after a few weeks, pounds coming off, feel their energy returning, and then they run out. They come back for more and we're sold out. Then they have to wait months, watching their progress stall because they didn't stock up when they had the chance. That's why 90% of our customers choose the 6-bottle package. They know this isn't a 30-day experiment. It's about giving your body enough time to truly heal. So if you're still seeing the package options below right now, go ahead and click the 6-bottle option or whatever feels right for you. Just keep in mind, this special price is only good today, and Gluco Extend is only available on this page. It will never be available on Amazon, Walmart, or anywhere else. And this is not a subscription or automatic payment. There are no hidden charges. I hate that stuff just as much as you do. You should also know that Gluco Extend will stay fresh on your shelf for more than 2 years. And when you order today, you'll be locked into this low price for life, no matter how much we raise our prices in the future. Look, I've done everything in my power to make this as simple and risk-free as possible for you. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. But let me ask you something. 6 months from now, do you want to be stuck in the same place you are today? Or do you want to be living life on your own terms, free from the prison and constant worry of unstable blood sugar? Click the 6-bottle package now, or whatever option makes the most sense for you, and take the first step toward a brand new life. But that's not all. I've got something special to supercharge your results. When you secure your 6 or 3-month supply today, you'll also get instant access to 2 powerful bonus guides worth $109 that work alongside Gluco Extend to accelerate your transformation. First, you'll get the 21-day complete health blueprint. Inside, you'll discover 7 powerful spices hiding in your kitchen right now that amplify Gluco Extend's blood sugar stabilizing effects. Plus, 4 common household ingredients that eliminate fatigue overnight, and one bizarre water trick that turns ordinary tap water into a healing elixir. You'll also get the weight loss and wellness solution. This guide reveals the 10-second morning ritual that works with Gluco Extend to melt stubborn belly fat like butter in a hot pan. Plus, the unusual sleep position that helps you wake up pounds lighter, and dozens more secrets to keep the weight off for good. Together, these guides are worth $109, but they're yours free the moment you complete your order. You'll get instant digital access so you can start your total health transformation within minutes of saying yes to Gluco Extend today. So go ahead and click the 6-bottle package below, or whatever option makes the most sense to you, to start transforming your health today. When you click the button below, you'll be taken to our secure 256-bit encrypted checkout page. We use the same bank-level security as Amazon and Walmart, so your information is completely safe. Just fill in your details, hit enter, and we'll start preparing your Gluco Extend right away. Now, let me be crystal clear about something. I'm not just confident Gluco Extend will work for you. I absolutely know it will. It helped me take control of my blood sugar naturally. It's transformed thousands of lives, and the lab tests prove it works at a cellular level every single time. But I want you to feel completely safe and confident about your decision today. That's why I'm backing your order with our ironclad 180-day money-back guarantee. If you don't feel this is the most important health decision you've ever made, or if you change your mind for any reason whatsoever, just let us know within 180 days and you'll get every penny back. No questions, no hassles, no awkward conversations. Our US-based support team is here to help anytime. You'll find their direct phone number and contact email on your confirmation page in your inbox and printed right on your Gluco Extend package. There's absolutely zero risk in saying yes today. So go ahead and click the 6-bottle option below to begin your journey to stable blood sugar while locking in our biggest savings package right now. As you're watching this, I know exactly what you're feeling. I've been there. That mix of hope and hesitation, wondering if this time could really be different. Because at this very moment, you're facing a decision that will shape everything about your future. Down one path lies more of the same, watching helplessly as your health slips away day by day, waking up dreading what your meter will say, living in constant fear of what might happen next. Your spouse becomes more of a caretaker than a partner. Your world gets smaller and smaller as you say no to more of life's simple pleasures. No more ice cream with the grandkids. No more birthday cake at family celebrations. No more carefree meals at Sunday barbecues. Each day, your quality of life dims a little more until you barely recognize the person you've become. But today, there's another path, a path where you finally take control of your health naturally. Imagine waking up full of energy, knowing your blood sugar is stable. Picture yourself active and independent, enjoying life on your terms again. You'll be playing with your kids or grandkids without getting winded, dancing with your spouse just because you feel like it, enjoying meals without anxiety. Best of all, you'll be free from the constant worry that's been weighing you down. Thousands of people have already chosen this path to better health. They're living proof that you can take control of your blood sugar naturally and get back to truly living again. And I can't wait for you to join them. Remember, you're protected by our 180-day money-back guarantee, and your order ships free. But please don't wait. While you're watching this, hundreds of people are claiming their bottles of Gluco Extend. Our warehouse stock is disappearing by the minute, and this special discount won't last long. Remember, this is the only place you can get Gluco Extend. Click the 6-bottle option below, or whatever package feels right for you, to start your journey to healthy blood sugar levels today. 6 months from now, you'll either wish you had started today, or you'll be thankful you did. The choice and your future are in your hands right now. Thank you for letting me share this breakthrough with you today. I'll see you on the other side of your transformation. Still have some questions? Totally fair. Let me cover the ones I get asked most. What exactly is Gluco Extend and how does it work? Gluco Extend is a natural formula containing 12 carefully selected ingredients designed to reactivate your MMS enzyme, your body's metabolic master switch. When this switch gets stuck, your body loses the ability to efficiently burn both sugar and fat. You're trapped in one gear. Blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, weight piles on. Gluco Extend works by flipping that switch back on, restoring your body's natural metabolic flexibility so you can burn fuel the way you were designed to. Just take one capsule a day and let the formula do the rest. Is Gluco Extend safe? Are there any side effects? Gluco Extend is made with 100% natural ingredients. It's vegetarian, non-GMO, and completely free from gluten, dairy, soy, preservatives, fillers, and artificial chemicals. It's manufactured in the United States in an FDA-approved, GMP-certified facility under the strictest quality controls. And every batch is third-party tested for purity and potency. That said, I always recommend talking to your doctor before starting any new supplement, especially if you have a medical condition or are currently taking medications. Your doctor knows your health history and can help you make the best decision for your specific situation. Can I take Gluco Extend with my current medications? Because all the ingredients in Gluco Extend are natural, it's generally safe to take alongside most medications. However, I always recommend talking to your doctor before combining Gluco Extend with any medications you're currently taking. Never stop or change your medications without their guidance. How long before I see results? Everyone's body is different, so results vary. Some people notice improvements in energy and blood sugar within the first week or two. For most people, significant changes start appearing around the 30 to 60 day mark, more stable blood sugar, weight starting to come off, energy returning. The most dramatic transformations typically happen between months 3 and 6. That's when A1C levels drop permanently. Medications get reduced, and the full benefits of restored metabolic flexibility kick in. That's why I recommend starting with at least a 3-month supply, and ideally 6 months if you want to give your body the best chance to fully reset. What if it doesn't work for me? Then you get every penny back. Gluco Extend comes with a 180-day money-back guarantee. That's 6 full months to try it. Track your results and see how you feel. If you're not satisfied for any reason, if your blood sugar hasn't improved, if you haven't lost weight, if you don't feel better, just contact our customer support team. We'll refund your entire purchase. No questions asked. No hassle. You can even keep the bonus as our thank you for giving it a shot. I can offer this guarantee because I've seen how well this formula works. The risk is entirely on us. How do I take Gluco Extend? It's simple. Take 1 capsule per day with a glass of water. I personally take them before breakfast. The capsules are small, easy to swallow, and completely tasteless. No complicated protocols, no meal timing requirements, no restrictive diets. How many bottles should I order? Based on what I've seen from hundreds of users, the best results come from consistent use over 3 to 6 months. That's how long it takes for your MMS enzyme to fully reactivate, for your cells to regain metabolic flexibility, and for the deeper healing to happen. Plus, the 6-bottle package gives you the biggest savings, just $49 per bottle with free shipping, and includes the bonus guides. Most people who try 1 bottle end up coming back for more. So if you're serious about getting results, I'd recommend starting with the 6-month supply. Is my order secure? How will it be shipped? Absolutely. Your order is processed through our secure 256-bit encrypted checkout page, the same level of security used by Amazon, Walmart, and major banks. Your information is 100% protected. Once you place your order, we'll ship your Gluco Extend directly to your door. U.S. orders typically arrive within 5 to 7 business days. You'll receive a confirmation email with tracking information so you can follow your package every step of the way. What if I have more questions? Our U.S.-based customer support team is here to help. You'll find our contact information on your order confirmation page, in your confirmation email, and printed inside every shipment. Whether you have questions about your order, your results, or anything else, we're just an email or phone call away. All right, I think that covers everything. If you're still here, it means you're serious about taking control of your blood sugar and getting your life back. So don't wait. Click the button below, choose your package, and let's get started.